Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to iTouch App Reviewers. In this video, I wanted to go over some of the latest iPhone 8 leaks with you guys and give you my thoughts on them. So there's been a new leak of the iPhone 8 chassis, and to be honest with you, before I even show you all the pictures, it looks absolutely awful in my opinion. If you look right here in this image, you can see really well, the camera is vertical, which looks really bad, looks really dumb. And then you can see this little hole right here. It's like, what is that? That's going to be the Touch ID sensor. According to this leak. So that would be retarded if that was on the back. I do not like the look of that. It does not look clean and simplistic like most Apple products. It looks like something like a Samsung Galaxy or some other crappy Android phone that just does not have the same visual appeal that an Apple product has. Now, before these leaks, I was totally ready to drop $1,000 on this iPhone 8, and I still am, but not for this design. If this is the design, I might hold off. I do really want the new phone, but this is just part of the leak, okay? So this is this is just the first part. Let me show you what else. So as you can see here, the expected features: 5.8-inch OLED display, that's good. Faster A11 processor, great. Glass body, fine. Edge-to-edge display, awesome. Camera and Touch ID integrated into display, that would be freaking awesome. No home button, obviously. Again, that's a good thing. Wireless charging, 3 models. 1 OLED, 2 standard. I don't care. I'd only get the OLED. So these expected features on MacRumor's website are spot on, exactly how I would want it. But as you look at these leaks here, look how terrible that looks. I mean, this one's not as bad because it doesn't show the home button or fingerprint sensor right there. But imagine if there's just a stupid looking circle right there for that. I mean, obviously this one's in like Chinese or some shit. But this edge-to-edge display, I mean, it's kind of edge-to-edge, but I would rather something similar to the Galaxy S8 display. Not exactly, because I do think that one is a little bit awkward, just the way they've got it, because it kind of flows over the edge here, but then not at the top. I would rather something uniform, kind of like this, like how it's, goes edge to edge all the way around and it's equal. But yeah, so this is, the front of this looks okay, but this back is not good at all. I do not like that vertical camera. It just looks out of place, not very Apple-like. All right, I had to cut that there. Because Google Chrome was taking up way too many system resources, making the fans kick up. So hopefully Safari is a little bit better. So anyways, this design, super ugly. I don't like it. Next up, we have this leak, which looks ridiculous. So this is basically the same exact thing I was just talking about with the vertical camera and the Touch ID sensor under the Apple logo on the back. First of all, that's kind of an awkward placement. I would think it would be somewhere up here, unless this is super long, which I don't have the exact dimensions. I guess they're right here, but what is that, in millimeters probably? I don't know. I'm not converting that or anything, so I don't really care. I just think this thing looks awful. I do not want to buy a product for $1,000 that looks like that. So please, Apple, do not do that. That looks terrible. Now this leak is a little bit better for the front, and the reason I say that is because it's got the fingerprint sensor on the front of it, not on the back. That's great. And also, as you can see, it's got the display, which I don't like. It doesn't curve. I want it to curve at least a little bit around the edges, and not exactly like Samsung, but maybe a little bit more subtle, but not just like abruptly end like this. It would be, ideal, I guess, if it wasn't exactly like that. So here is another leak schematic, which actually I believe they said this was fake. So all of these ones that I've shown you so far are probably fake. There's no real confirmation or anything on those, but after some people looked through these images, some of these pieces up here are the exact same as an iPhone 7, so they think someone just slapped this together just to kind of troll people. I don't know. So this is probably fake, but again, super ugly, not a good thing. I mean, look at that. That's just not good. Aluminum, no one wants aluminum. I would rather a glass-backed phone, obviously. And if it was aluminum, they couldn't have wireless charging, and there's all kinds of issues with aluminum for a phone, so glass back would be much preferred. Now, I don't mind the squared design with the chamfered edges as much. I thought the iPhone 5 and 5S looked really good, but I also wouldn't mind the rounded, and I think they're going to stick with slightly rounded. I don't think it's going to be as boxy as this. I think it's going to be slightly more rounded, but not as much as the iPhone 6 and 6S and 7, just because of their design language and everything that they're going towards. So yeah, let's go back down here. What do I think it'll be named? I think it'll probably be named the iPhone X or iPhone Edition. I don't think iPhone Edition is a very good name, but that's life. They might just be beginning to drop the number from their phones and stuff. I mean, it's getting ridiculous. It's already going to be up to like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, come on. So at some point, they're going to have to cut the numbers, and yeah, this might be the year. Now, this is the mock-up that I actually like. This one is the one originally. I did not like this at all. I thought it was kind of ugly, but the more I look at it, this is the one that I want it to be like. So as you can see, edge-to-edge display, a little bit curved, goes all the way to the end, and there's a tiny bezel up at the top. I think that actually looks good. Got the camera, the ambient light sensor, of course. It's probably built into the speaker grill. It's got everything, and it looks really good. Really clean, very Apple-like. So this is what I hope it looks like. And as you can see, the Touch ID button, or it's not a button, it's just on screen. Probably going to be something kind of maybe like a touch bar on the new MacBooks. I don't know. But this one looks nice because obviously the fingerprint sensor would be built under the display, which apparently is really hard for Apple. They've been doing that right now. And in production, I swear I read something that said like they get 30% yield rates on those products. So that is terrible. So I think that's why these leaks came out that said, they're going to put it on the back because of the low yield rates on those devices. So, and then the other rumor was that they were going to just scrap Touch ID altogether, which would be absolutely ridiculous on Apple's part if they did that and just use facial recognition or iris scanning. I would hate to have to pull my phone up to my face every single time I want to unlock it. That would be retarded. And the features on the Samsung Galaxy S8 that have that, like the facial recognition, it sucks. It's been defeated with a picture. Like the day it was launched, someone took their phone, took a picture of themselves, held it over the demo unit, and it unlocked. So that's not good. And I know that technology is not the best yet, so hopefully Apple shies away from it. I mean, if they want to put it in there as a gimmick, whatever. I would rather the iris scanning. That's a little bit better and can work in some low light conditions. Facial recognition obviously won't work at night. But yeah, Touch ID is the best option as far as I'm concerned. So hopefully they get this done. I mean, this is very difficult for them to do, to put something under the screen, the display like that. Not an easy task, but again, they're going to be asking a lot of money for this. They're a huge company. I expect them to get it done. That's just my thoughts on it. So those are the leaks so far, besides the fact that they think that this thing's going to be the same size as a 4.7-inch iPhone right now, which I think is almost the perfect size for a phone. It's not too big, not too small. You can use it with one hand. Almost everyone's hand can reach most of the display on this. The Plus model, obviously, most people's hands can't fit it unless you're like an NBA basketball player, and even then, I don't even think they can reach the top corner with their own hand. So regardless, I think that this is the best idea, 5.8-inch screen, physical OLED, with the function area like a touch bar down here. I think that will look the absolute best. And I think it'll be a really sexy phone. It'll be worth the $900 or $1,000 price point that they're going to put it at. So there were new leaks that came out that said it was going to be around $850 to $950 instead of, over $1,000. So that's a plus, but I still want them to get this done and have the really nice screen, with the Touch ID under the screen and everything. That would be the killer feature. That would make this thing stand out above the Samsung Galaxy S8 and everything. And if they did do something lame like this or like this, I don't think they're going to get the sales that they want. And the iPhone really needs a new refresh this year. They've done the same design for 3 years in a row. Is that 3 years now? Yeah, 3 years in a row. Honestly, that's not acceptable for such a big company to be doing. Now, I understand why they did it. They wanted to make the 10th year anniversary, the awesome, revolutionary phone. Well, they better do it, because this is not going to cut it. This will flop. This will not be good. I mean, it's not going to flop. Obviously, it'll sell, but it's not going to do nearly as well as it would if it looked something like this, something revolutionary and really clean looking like this. So that's my thoughts on it. Leave your thoughts down below in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one. Subscribe. Peace.